Hi, welcome to yet another episode of uh, yet another episode with Wealth with Seema. Today, I'm here before you to explain about the term insurance. Why is it important in our life? What is the eligibility to buy a life insurance? What are the various situations under which we get the coverage, for which we get the coverage? What is the amount that we can cover on our life insurance? And and also how and how can you invest so that you don't get a pinch onto your financial plan. So let us see what is the importance of life insurance first. See, once we start earning, we become a breadwinner for a family. So once we are the breadwinner, it is our responsibility to protect all other dependent members in the family. So first thing that you need to consider is what will happen if my income stops or if I'm not there. Does the life of my dependents also stop? No, but their life becomes miserable because the income to the family has stopped. So God forbid it. Let nothing like that happen to anybody of us. But then we need to face the reality. We have already faced a very difficult situation in the life which was not at all anticipated through Corona. So through that, we have seen many people suffering, many dependents suffering because of the breadwinners were dead. They had not taken any cover of life. And there were so many kids, those who have become orphans, and they don't have any life support. So we have seen situations like that. And whether we will like our kids to be like that, whether we would love our parents to suffer or our dependents to suffer once we are not dead, because life is full of uncertainties. So it is not a negative thought that we need to consider to cover our life just because in our absence, what happens to our family? Yes, they are our family and they are dependent on us, and it is our responsibility to save them till the end of their life, not till the end of our life. So anything can happen. So that is where the life insurance or term insurance is very important. So what is the ideal time that you can think of going for a life insurance? According to my opinion, once a person starts earning and he starts thinking about investing his money, the first thing he should think about whether he has got a cover of life. Because otherwise, once we are not there or something happens to us, all these uh, investments and other things are of no use. They need to have a support to their family. So first thing is to cover our life so that we are safe and our family is safe. Once we do that, then we can think about how are we going in for various investment plans or investments to make well. So that is the first and foremost thing. So as early as possible in your life, once you start earning, is the correct time that you can think about life insurance. But the youngsters nowadays think that it is an liability because what we pay as a premium, that is the small amount that we give to the insurance company, so that they protect our dependents in our absence through a huge amount. But then it is not a liability, it is actually a good investment. Though you might feel a pinch now at the later at as your life goes on at a future stage, it is not a big pinch that goes off automatically. So that is the reason why we tell that it is always advisable to start the life insurance as early as possible because your liability will be very less because you are very young. So the ideal thing is 25 to 35 years of your age. Think about say setting aside an amount of your earning towards your life cover. So once the ideal time is covered, then what is the maturity amount? What is the amount that we need to get back? What is the how do we decide that? What is the life cover? See, you that is the comfort that you need. If you assume, actually, it is basically we can tell 25 times of what you are earning now should be your life cover. So, or you can start with an amount because maybe right now your income supports only that small amount to be set aside for your life cover. Well and good. Start with some 50 lakh coverage. That is what do you mean by that? In your absence, your nominee gets that 50 lakh so that he or she can use that for running her life in future in your absence. So start with 50 lakhs, and as and when your uh, as and when you get an increment or some important stages like you get married, increment it by certain amount. Then you get your first child, increment it by another amount because yeah, the dependence on you are increasing at each of these like stages. So your responsibility to cover them also starts. So that is one way where you don't feel a pinch to your financial conditions. That you start with uncomfortable level so that you take one coverage, a minimum coverage or some coverage to your comfort level and increase the life cover according to the various stages in your life. So that is the first thing. That is the second thing that you consider, like how much you need to cover. And what are the various things? What are the various aspects that you get once you take your options that are available to us to once you opt for a life insurance. So one first thing is see if something happens to you or you are no more due to an accident. Accidents are well known in the daily life. So what happens to your dependents? You get an accidental cover. So if you become partially handicapped and you get some coverage and even your premium gets waived off because you have become there has some permanent disability in you because of which you can't continue work. So you get an thing of waiver of further premiums. That doesn't mean that your cover also stops, but you get that kind of cover. You get some extra coverage for supporting your life and your dependents during that accidental that is that permanent illness. So accidental death, your nominee gets your cover. That is called the cover. That is called the accidental cover. Next is the permanent illness due to any reason. Another cover that you get is critical illness. Now, if you're diagnosed of some critical illness, and nowadays cancer, and there are so many things, even corona required a lot of. So if you were having a life insurance, you wouldn't have felt that pinch with the critical illness option added in. So what will happen is you will get some amount of your maturity. And this comes with additional cost. That doesn't mean that it costs you a lot. It is just a small cost, but then you will get the advantage of a larger amount. So some part, like maybe you are covered for 1 crore, you might get a 30 lakhs for your uh, treatment of your critical illness support of the family as well as your premium ahead in future also get waived off. So these are the various options that are available. They are called riders. That is the extra features that are getting added to your life insurance coverage or term insurance coverage. So you have critical illness cover, you have accidental death, you have permanent disability cover as well as all these when you are in critical illness, you may not be able to go for work. So you have waiver of premium in that case. So future premiums are waived off by the company. And now even we have of return of premium. That is, if you have started paying your premium towards your life cover at early stages, at the 60th year or the year that you can do at the end of 30 years, you have some, uh, the companies decide on what are the terms. So at that particular time, you can take back whatever premium amount you paid, maybe with little amount of, like, it will be some simple interest added to your investment. So you get it. Earlier term insurance never had the option of return of premiums. Now even the insurance companies have at least I know HDFC Life has that. They give that return of premium at the end of 30 years of your investment period. That is after the payment of after you start the life cover of the term insurance. So it is before the maturity. Now, how do you decide on till when do I have the insurance? Ideally, people say that at least have your life covered till 60 years of age, because 60 years is considered to be a retirement period. And again, you decide your retirement period. So ideally speaking, we tell that you cover up to 60 years, but right now you have cover, you can take the option of 85 years. So in that case, in any time you die after maybe at the age of 80, up to 85 years, your family gets that support of whatever is the premium paid and whatever is the cover you have opted for. Your dependents gets that for them to support their life. So why are we thinking twice to go in for a life insurance? You have an option to take back your premium. You have various options can be added like accidental death or critical illness. Critical illness is something that don't come with invitation. Any illness for that matter doesn't come with an invitation. So it is better that we have an option to cover that. But what will happen is the breadwinner of the company is diagnosed with critical illness and you're not covered. So if you're covered, you have the option of waiver of premium in the future premiums, and you get some amount of your maturity to support your what is your treatment for a critical illness as well as support your family. So these are all the various options and the right covering coverage and right age for coverage and all that. See, why are you thinking twice to go in for a term insurance? This is very important in your life because we are right now living in an age of total uncertainty. So why we need to leave our dependents suffer in our absence? That will be not at all your aim in your life. So once you have started earning, your main intention in your life is to support your dependents, not that live, not that their life ends with ours. So guys, think about this twice or thrice and see that how you can cover your life as early as possible through the correct term insurance. If you want my advice, you can book a free discovery call with me, and the link is added in my pinned comment. And I can give you a suggestion of how and how and why and when to go for a life insurance. So thank you guys. I think I have made a judicial uh, presentation on my knowledge on life insurance to you. So it is again your decision on whether you need to go in for a life coverage or not. Actually speaking, when I was saying, I was always under the thought that why do we need a life insurance? But life showed me why do I need a life insurance through others' experiences. So that is the reason why I came up with this video. So guys, think about the importance of your life in your dependent's life, and then think about how can you set aside some part of your income before even starting your good investments as your premium for your life insurance. Thank you, friends, for listening to me. Now, if you want to get more such information on insurances and investment plans, kindly subscribe to my channel Wealth with Simi.